Hello, everyone. Attack Power here with Game 1 between Herr Roberts and Mimile in the Division 1 of the Season 11 of League for Steel Division 2. Let's dive right in here to Ostrowno. And on the left in the red, we have Herr Robert playing 5th Gebirgsjager on Vanguard income. And on the right in the blue, we have Mimile playing 17th Divisioona on Maverick income. So, for those who don't know, Season 11 has begun. There are some games already with me in Division 2. These guys are Division 1. These are the best of the best playing for the title of the greatest. For the band picks and bans this year, each player gets 10 bands of divisions after picking the map. So, definitely interesting there. Player 1 picks their division, Player 2 picks their division and income, and then Player 2 gets to counter with their income. So we do see some nice Vanguard Maverick matchup here. It's not a mirror match. It's very similar incomes, but still not a mirror match, which is great. Diving in here to Herr Roberts deck, 5th Gebirgsjager, a division that some top players are saying is actually crazy super good. So driving in here, we have the Gebirgsjager Fusilier, a phenomenal large sniper squad with a semi-automatic sniper, the Gewehr, very good sniper. And then you get the SPW AB41. So a great recon tab here. You also get the Aufklär, which also have a sniper. So it's, this actually was one of the original sniper spam divisions. Like really, this was like the OG one, really, in terms of the Axis side, other than maybe the Romanians. The infantry tab, very strong. But it's not my favorite infantry tab. These infantry are like multi-role infantry, and they are good at a lot. They're good at everything, but not great at anything. So you have the Gebirgsjager Sturm Pioneer, which are phenomenal. These are phenomenal. The 20 points, they're very, very strong. The Gebirgsjager Streif, which are a nice MP44, MG42 unit, double MG42. Then you have the actual Gebirgsjager here, which again is kind of like a multi-role unit that doesn't do anything great, but does everything okay. I'm not a big fan of these kind of units. The Führer here, the leader, is phenomenal. It's got a Panzerschreck and a sniper. B phase, we see more Sturm Pioneers, more Streif, and another card of leaders. And this is like, people do this in this deck because the leaders are so good. It's worth having a second card of them. And then a C-phase cards of Gebirgsjager. The tank tab is meh. You do get Stug M42s, though, which are phenomenally cost-efficient, and then a card of Stug 3s. Support tab, more Stug M42s, but the longer-range HE variants. We see the 75mm Gebirgsjager IG-18. We see that in B as well. And then we see the singular card of LG-42s for that 2K HE love, along with MG-42. The AT tab, small but solid. You get the Pupschen, and then 2 cards of Pack 40. Good stuff. The AA tab, really bad. You're only got 20 mils, which is awful. We all know that's terrible. So definitely a big weakness of the deck is that. I mean, this deck is I don't know, I find this deck very strange. It performs well, but it has a lot of weaknesses. Not many tanks. AT tab is limited. You have awful AA. Your support tab isn't actually like anything phenomenal. It's good. I shouldn't say it. It's good. It's a good support tab. But you're really just relying on your infantry a lot. Your RD tab, it's got a great RD tab, so a really strong off map, and then the 150s and the 105 SK18s and FH18s. The air tab, pretty solid here. You get some good cluster bombers and BF-109 bombers, C-205s and things. So that's definitely really quite nice there. And then the Spavier, a good bomber. On the other side, 17th Divisioona, a new division out of Men of Steel, the Finnish division everyone knows and loves. So the recon tab, not beyond phenomenal. It's got the Takampuya, which are great double snipers, but that's about it. KevOS, not amazing. The infantry tab, of course, is the highlight of this division. He's bringing 2 cards of the Pikkatalainen, which, I mean, they're 15 points, which makes them good, but they're also disheartened and not very well armed, so they're meh, in my opinion. You have the Akari, but you only have a card of those, unfortunately. Then the Sextietten, the new units, and the Iskarukma. They're very good CQC, lots of Swomies, very deadly, can really put out a lot of damage. 120 infantry in this deck, very beautiful. The tank tab, you do get a card of Sturmies along with your T26s, which is definitely really nice. The support tab is pretty phenomenal, actually. Lots of machine guns, and then you get the BT-42s, 2 cards of them that now have also the, like long-range indirect fire. The AT tab, you can bring like 100 Lattes, which is completely not useful, but you do have the Panzerschrecks, Lattes, 45 mils, and the Pack 40, so you have things to work with. The AA tab, you do get the Vekatins, which are great. Vickers, which are bad AA pieces, but I actually think you just bring them as AT in this deck. Then the RD tab, still great. Lots of like medium and heavy artillery, so lots of that to bring in. We see the 203 and B, hopefully we get to see that. And then the air tab, really solid. BF-109s, Blenheims, Ju-87s, DB-3Fs, which are just IL-4s, so big bombs there, and some recon. So here we go, we're diving in. Now, the weird thing is we are on, oops, sorry about that, we are on Ostrowno, which is a long-range, like, generally big tank map, I would say. Like, look at all this open ground. And these two players picked extremely infantry-based divisions, which is definitely... Now, you need infantry to fight in these wooded areas, these little wooded patches, but obviously you want some tanks for this really open stuff, and it's hilarious that neither player chose a deck of that nature, which is really quite ironic. So 45 mil is unloaded. Let's see if it can pick up a kill on this SPW, which I assume is what it's aiming at. Oh, and it misses. Or maybe it hit. I can't really tell. Oh, the Lati hit it. That's what it was. But we see a sniper, a IG-18, and an MG-42 there. So that triple group there will easily kill off the 45 mil. Lati trying to get away. I don't think it's going to. Sexietin and infantry do get in, though. Lati unloaded here. Will it kill anything? Yeah, I guess it has the range. Yeah, it does. That 500-meter range on this thing is stupidly good. That's just so strong on that AT rifle. A lot of AT rifles are 400 or less. That singular one gets that 500, which is so good. So yeah, Akadi here, caught out in the open. Obviously not where they want to be. Leader needs to be careful. Iskaruma here, catching some infantry out in the open, but are they within 150 meters? They are not. They're firing only their automatic rifle, which is really bad. Mimile needs to fall this back immediately, or it's going to just get killed here. Yeah, yeah, not good. Picket the lane in here. Unfortunately, is not long range, and they're getting caught in the close range. And this Sexietin ended up over here, not being very useful. Up north here, in the center, we have two Sturm Pioneers and the Gebirgsjager here with the leader. So these guys are going to get smacked around pretty hard. Although this is the Iskaruma and the Akadi, so some good CQC, but I don't think they're beating. There's Gebirg Sturm Pioneer there. So Sexietin popping out to try to kill off some of these infantry and support weapons. They're not doing too hot, though. They only have one DT machine gun, and the DT machine gun is okay. It's a solid, it's a solid light machine gun, but it's not the best one by any stretch. Look how much damage they still put out, despite almost being pinned already, and they still get their grenade off. So strong. Really, honestly, like the highlight of this division in terms of units for me, personally. Find that unit to just be an absolute, like, scream to use. Double flak 40, flak 20 mil, excuse me, in here. No huge pushes, but Mil on a 13-11 with the flag up north captured. But Air was able to clear out Mimile from this forest here. Like I said, these Gebirg Sturm Pioneers are really strong with their Berettas, MP40s, and the Flamer. It's just, they're very good units for 20 points. T-26 going to go down here to the heat shell of the IG-18. BF-109 is floating about, but the LG-42 in position to kill off this machine gun, and Mimile might be losing this flag down south here. It's going to take him some time to get reinforcements out here. This map is very strange. This is the first season this map is in the rotation, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it's not. Maybe just no one ever played it before. I don't know. It's finally in the quick play queue, which I'm not saying is good or bad, but it just is. It's finally actually in the quick play queue. Takan Puya here, getting some nice shots off on the Pack 40. Looks like it might kill it off. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on what the reload cycle is on this thing. And the Pack 40 falls back. Very nice there for Mimile. There's a BT-42 taking pot shots at the Stug here. Does get away, though. T-26 does get in. IG-18, though, might be able to kill that off with its heat shell again. This thing has 19 heat shells? What? Why does this get so many more heat shells than every other, like, infantry gun? It's really weird, actually. Never noticed that. BF-109 flying into the 20 mil, so down, well, not down, well, maybe down, actually. There's 3 20 mils, so they might kill that. And now the Ju-87 coming right in? I don't know about that. It's a ballsy play. It will get its clusters off. I don't think it's going to get the kill. Nope, going to come up short. 20 mils just enough to keep that from dying, and it might kill them off. Might kill it. 20 mils, again, have no stopping power, but they do kill things. It would be wrong to say they don't shoot anything down. They just don't stop anything from bombing. Iskaruma up here fighting a fight they really shouldn't be fighting against the Gebirgsjager here with their MG-42 and their G-43s. Vekatin wiping out the AG-18 and now going after a Gebirgsjager here in the open. Oh my goodness, just shredding them. But now it needs to reload. Will it reload in time? It will. And it will shred the rest of this unit. Wow. Go Vekatin. All right, look at that thing. Stug M42 on the Sturmy. Sturmy should win this easily at this range. Should be no question of the winner of this fight. As long as the Sturmy can land a hit, and it does. Down to Stug M42 goes. That's actually really bad for Herr Robert. He's only got 4 of those. So one's down and one's really damaged already. And a Lati snuck into the back lines here from Mimile. Oh, that's cheeky. Yakati there going to go down. I mean, it's really, if this SPW can get it, there's 2 Latis on this thing, though. Oh, he spotted it. Wow, and Mimile's actually paying attention to this unit? Are you serious? Yeah, he's positioning it much better now so that, like, maybe he can't get seen with outside of 500 meters. Yeah, he will get that. I think. T-26 picking on this Fusilier here. And now the Lati gonna get some shot. Oh, it bounced both. There's a hit. And it does take it down. These things are so deadly with 2 of them. 1, they're good. 2, they're phenomenal. Yakati here, not gonna do... I mean, it's got the semi-automatic rifles. Fusilier, though, also has those. Along with the sniper. T-26 goes down to the Stug M42 there. BT-42 set up to try to support. Sturmy pushing forward. That's definitely a little ballsy there. Yakati gonna now lose because of the Gebirgsjager coming in just in time. Iskarukma here does not make it. I mean, Herr Robert has Mimile has opened up this road. Yep, there's some Prikatalainen here coming in along with more Yakati for that. And then we have some Yakati and Iskarukma coming in from Mimile on this side. The Lati has only claimed 1 kill so far, though. A whole bunch of reinforcements coming in for the center, and it looks like Air has actually just completely gone around this route. Oh, wait, I guess that route... Actually, now that I think about it, this route doesn't actually bring reinforcements? No, I guess it wouldn't. They would come in this way and go around, or they'd do the thing that they're doing right now. So this Lati's not going to do much unless they... I don't even know. Again, I've played this map so little. I have played it, but very, very little. Not well enough to know exactly where every single unit comes in for reinforcements on these really weird roads. Pack 40 totally exposed. Blenheim does get its bomb, so it's going to die for it, I think. And I don't even know if it'll kill it, because it's pretty pinned down. It should die. Oh my god, it didn't even hurt it. Oh, yeah, that was... I will say it was a little bit ballsy. As Stug M42 goes down to maybe the BT-42, actually. I will say that Mimile is extremely aggressive with his planes. We saw it when he was playing 4th Fallschirmjäger a few games ago, and now we're seeing it here. He is not afraid to pick a target like 1,000 meters behind the front line and just say YOLO. BT-42... What's it shooting at? Oh, it's in direct firing on the Pack 40. That makes sense. Keep forgetting these things can do that. We do see an early 155 out from Mimile here. He does have it double vetted, so it should fire relatively quick for a giant gun. Quick's not really the right word. It shouldn't be painfully slow. So these CQC needs to unload. Otherwise, the Gebirgsjager might get a Panzerfaust grenade off on him, I mean. T-26 loses sight, and oh, Mimile unloads just in time. It's going to take a big hit from the MG42, though. But does take that down pretty quick after that. HS-129 coming through. Ooh, is he blind bombing and just pick the wrong... Nope, he does land a hit, but the T-26 survives right on the edge of that cluster. BT-42 is having a hard time killing it. I don't find the indirect fire on these to be super duper useful. It's nice that it's there, but I don't actually find it, like, very effective at all. You can see how absolutely... I mean, I guess the Pack 40 moved, I suppose. Maybe? But some shots are landing up here. I don't know. I still don't find the indirect super useful. Ooh, Herr Robert making a little push down south with his Gebirgsjager Streif here. This is the issue with 17th, though. You really just don't have any infantry that fight at long range at all. The Sextieten here, they do have, like, the DT and stuff, so they're okay, but they're not, like, phenomenal by any stretch. So it's just really rough. The Gebirgsjager here going to take out that T-26 easily with their Panzerschreck, and this is why these leaders are so freaking good. They keep tanks away, they kill infantry with you. They're just all-rounders, honestly. Yeah, like, this unit is not, like, It's very I mean, yeah, the Swamis are great. DT is definitely better than your average LMG, like, you know, being stuck with like a DP or something. It's nice to have a Panzerfaust, but they're only 9 men. They are fanatical, but it's just like this mix does not actually output a lot of damage. Air currently on a 13-11. Finally countering Mimile's early lead here. LG-42 getting on target on the Takampoya, now getting caught out by the Fusilier here. Looks like that Takampoya going to be going down here any second. BT takes out the back 40, though. Can't be too upset about that. Losing the Takampoya, though, means he has no more recon for this area, which is definitely an issue. All right, BT-42 doing some damage here. MG-42 helping to pin down some Prikatalainen. And Air's push down south succeeding to get him a 15-9. That's huge. A double tick on this map, not super easy to achieve. Because the flags are just super spread out. And super deep. I mean, you can see where all these red flags are. They're way back here. Like, that's a long way to go. And a bunch of these blue flags way back here. BT-42 still going to town here. Maxim catches the Gebirgsjager Strife out in the open. Will succeed in pinning those down first. Reinforces coming. A Sturmy as well. One of his precious 4 Sturmies. See one of them here. Stug M42 versus the Sturmy. Will that heat shell pen? It gets a gun jammed. Oh! And down the Sturmy goes. That's a huge hit. HS-129 barely alive. JU-87 going in again for like a deep strike, and Mimile actually calls it off. There's a Vekatin here. That's what forced off the HS-129. I mean, Mimile looking a little thin everywhere. Except for this middle patch of woods that he's finally cleared out. I don't know where he's going with these infantry, though. I think he just misclicked a little far. A SK-18 right on the hill here. And does this have 2K AP range? It does. Is he really using it for that? I mean, direct fire support and 2K AT? Really? I mean, I guess. I mean, look at it go. It missed. Oh. Yeah, 5th Gebirgsjager does not have any 2K AT outside of this SK-18 that he is using it as such. I mean, I guess. Talk about going legit here. BT-42 just going to do indirect fire now. Try to punish that. BT-42 hitting that Stug 4. Stug 3. Stug 3 will get into a range eventually. Now the infantry up north meeting again. Sturm Pioneer should be able to beat the Akadi. Ooh, Big Artie coming in on some of those infantry. Iskarukma here. Gonna try to do some damage. They will do damage. Like, their Swomies will hurt. But they probably won't get the grenade off. They don't need to. They clear out one easily. Second Sturm Pioneer doesn't take any damage yet. Already coming in hard. Off map in now the, wherever it is, the 172. This is a very solid off map. So infantry forced to fall back. Oh, the leader dies always. You guys know that. It's a fact of life. All leaders will die in an off map. Pack 40 did get some hits on the M42, but the other one's popped out here and is putting some horrible HE damage on it. Sturmy on the other side, though, moving in to save it. Pack 40 goes down to the Artie strike. What was that, anyway? What was the Artie from? Was it from this? I think it was. I have to imagine that's what it was from. I don't see anything else that could have been from. No. Look at all the 20 mils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... He's got 6 out already. 7, 8. He's got 8 20 mils out already. These things are so bad. So the Sturm Pioneers looped around, killed the leader, and now has cleared out a lot of this forest. And it's taken like no damage. God, these things are strong. We're now into B phase solidly, though, which this is Mimile's time. This is about the time he'll actually start to, like, eclipse Herr Roberts' income. Kind of did forget that Herr Robert was on the Vanguard, so, like, it's on him to get that early lead, and he does have it. There's absolutely no doubt about that. The Prikata lane in here, no match for the Gebirgsjager Strife. Fusilier here, going to cut off these reinforcements. I'm, again, really surprised at the choice of these Prikkatalainen. I just don't... They're not... I mean, they're only 50 points. I understand that aspect of it, but they just kind of suck. Like, completely. Like, they're bad. I understand, like, stats-wise, they're okay, but, like, I don't love 20-point infantry to start and then make them disheartened and they just feel so underwhelming. These Iskarukma, on the other hand, these guys slap pretty hard. As you can see, insta-death. Another BT-42 in and another arty piece. Yep, the 203. We do see the big gun. This has, like, no ammo. This couldn't have come in that much earlier. Like, this thing does not come in very much ammo. Let's see how much. 18 only. Does it fire that high? It feels like a really high arc. I don't know why. Yeah, it does. See how, like, not that high this one is? And look how this one's like, woo. So it looks like Mimile is targeting down AA. He does take out a Beretta 20 mil, and that's the easiest one to move. So definitely a mistake there by Herr Robert. But Air's still on a 15-9, getting a lot of tickets here. Off-map coming down, forcing Mimile out of this forest area. This is a very interesting matchup. I mean, the Finnish, of course, are very cost-efficient with most of their infantry costing 20 points, other than the Iskarukma and the Prikkatalainen being actually 15 points even. While on the other hand, the Gebirgsjagers are all 25 points or more, except for the Sturm Pioneers, which are 20 points. So it's a very interesting, like, usually a division like Gebirgsjager is at a disadvantage because all the infantry are less efficient than the Finns. But the Gebirgsjager are better on the whole. Like, just better infantry. Wow, that tiny bit of Ju-87 killed that. Lost the Ju-87 for it. I mean, point-wise, that's a terrible trade. But was it worth killing this off? Potentially. So more Iskarukma are getting into this middle woods here, which is huge for Mimile. He needed that desperately. BT-42 getting on the 105 here. Herr Roberts' bold AT play kind of biting him in the butt now. BT-42 changed targets. Bomber comes in, kills off something. I couldn't see what it was. I think it was an infantry gun. Ju-87 coming in for that Shogun 42, but the BT-42 will probably be dead before it gets there. Down it goes. Will the 20 mils stop this Ju-87? Look how many. And it still gets its bombs off. Oh, and it was dead before because of the BT-42's that Ju-87 dying for nothing. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, Mimile's lost several BT-42s already. Like, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 already even? At least 3, potentially 4. That's a Sturmy. He doesn't have many of those left either. 203 coming down big along with that 155. Aiming for that 105 now, which is doing some long-range direct fire support here. Ouch. Whoa, Mimile making a nice, bold push here with some Prikkatalainen. I mean, it's a very low risk, right? It's 15 points. Throw him. Go, go. Like, you'll get some flags. And he brings it back to a 12-12, finally stabilizing for the first time in quite a while. Herr Roberts suddenly not on the back foot, but things are starting to look shakier, and that's that Maverick income for you. It always feels like it's going all right. The first 5 minutes, you're like, all right, I think I might survive this. And all of a sudden, the last 5 minutes is like, no, 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 no. And everything starts to fall apart like a Jenga tower. One too many pieces fall apart, and you're like, wait, 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 wait. Yeah, it looks like no reinforced guys. So this bold play here by Mimile, like, completely wasted, unfortunately. I can see these Lati guys just, like, sitting here like, someone will come eventually. I don't think they will. I do not think they will. SK-18 does go down. Already going to get retasked pretty quick. Big hit on the 20 mil. I mean, Mimile has 13 20 mils. I think we've seen 2 die. So there's a long way to go on the whole 20 mil kill 'em all train. I mean, if he succeeds, that's absurdly massive because the 17th Divisioona Air Force, while nothing like Rukma, it's still, you know, it's got tools, it's got things that hurt. Fusiliers here doing some hardcore snipering. It's going to wipe out a bunch of infantry quite easily. Sextietten pushing in now. Jeez. Already coming down hard. More 20 mils dead. Herr Roberts going to need to start being a little bit more purposeful about moving that AA around. I mean, yeah, because he might legitimately run out at some point. Vecketin scaring off that C-205. Not sure. Do we see a plane? I don't remember seeing a plane down there. T-26 keeping away from that Gebirgsjager there. Sextietten caught out in the open. Again, I'm just shocked that these are the two divisions these players chose. They're obviously they had 20 bans, but there's no possible way every good tank division in the game was banned. Like, really? And, like, there are infantry divisions that have at least some, like, long-range / CQC ability. Like, what about, like, Pansati? Like, if you want to do a Finnish division, why not just pick Pansati? Divisioona for this map. It's not super long range, but you do get some T-30-45s and plenty of Stug 3s and things like that. And then you get Yakati, like, tons of them. Now, I think Yakati are underwhelming since the most recent patch because they did not receive the chalk trait, which means they do actually lose out to a lot of CQC units. Like, they don't hold up like they used to. I'm not sure if that's on purpose. I highly doubt they forgot to give Yakati the shock trait. So it was clearly Eugen's intention to basically nerf Yakati by not giving them this shock trait. Ju-87 easily gets through here. It's going to get an easy kill on the Stug 3, but might die for it. I don't know if Mimile didn't pull it back for some reason. Now he falls it back. This Sturmy doing a lot of work. I believe it's out of HE shells, though. It is. So now it's just a driving machine gun when it comes down. And I did notice, too, I never took notice of the fact that the Sturmy has a DT instead of an MG34. Just a fun little difference. See? MG34. Man, 20 mil. You're so embarrassing. So Mimile fully capturing the north here, but Herr Roberts still on a 13-11, which is pretty huge. We're now into C phase, and of course at this point things are not going to get better for Mimile. They're going to get worse. It's at least in the income. Now it's not a huge income difference. We've talked about this many times. You know, it's 100 points every 10 minutes. It's 10 points every minute. It's very minor. It's not like, you know, like the middle of Maverick or the beginning of Vanguard or any sort of difference like that. But it is less points. Like you are slowly falling behind points wise. Although again, the Maverick player ends up with about 200 points more. So Vanguard equals it out before the end of the game, but it doesn't really take advantage at any point. The 83 mil now in. A nice little zippy firing 8 rounds a minute going on here. It does do all right. It's not an amazing RD piece, but it definitely can pin some things down, which we see it doing here. Surprised to actually see the police unit. I mean, Mimile really, I guess, planning to go all like go hog wild with these Piccatalainen. Iskarukma here getting pinned down, so they're not even getting to do their CQC thing. Mimile using these in some definitely questionable positions. The BT just, yeah, it is direct firing. Ground attacking, that's the word I was looking for. These Gebirgsjager surrendering without revealing themselves. What chads? I don't even know you're there. I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to assume there's someone hiding in this building. I surrender. Sextietten with their Swomies should win? Oh, if they got into the building, but they didn't. But now everything's going to open up on these guys, so I would think they're going to win. They're putting down a lot of suppression. Takampoya unloaded. 20 mils going to town. Blenheim going really deep again. Yeah, yeah. These strikes are just really aggressive. I mean, he's taking out some AA. I'm not taking that away from Mimile, but these are still really aggressive strikes. I mean, he sees this one. I mean, this is not even a surprise that this is standing here. I know 20 mils are awful, but to just baldly, like, fly right over and just be like, whatever, screw you. It has not really paid off for him. He's lost several planes. Another Pack 40 in, finding the Stug 3. It looks like it's going to be an easy kill for that APCR pen. It's already taken 2 penetrations. It's got a transmission damage. And there it goes. So easy kill there for the Pack 40. Vecketin, I love when the Vecketin fires AP. It looks so cool. It's just like a beam. It looks like a laser. Yeah, Gebirgsjager has no chance. Wow. Herr Robert feeling very optimistic there. And again, just a weird choice of divisions for this map. If either of you are watching, go ahead and fill me in on why these divisions here. Unless I'm missing something about these divisions. So the Flame Napalm doing quite a lot of damage, actually, to that Stug 3. Okay, maybe not. Just a lot of suppression, I suppose. Ju-87, though, going to come in and just finish that off real quick, like. How many of those does he have? My goodness. That is definitely the third and final one. So if it goes down, there will be no more Ju-87s. Although, truthfully, there's probably not that many more Stug 3s. We've seen several die. T-26 goes down. Yeah, he's probably down to 3, 4 Stug 3s at most. Gun Jam. Oof. The heat shell of these IG-18s has been absolutely monstrous. It's like OB-25s today all of a sudden. Usually the German infantry guns are super lackluster with their heat shells and stuff. It's like the OB-25 is the only one that's like, whoa, so good. But today, these IG-18s ate their Wheaties. Then they had a banana. Then they had some spinach. And then they drank a cup of protein powder. And not even in water. They just drank the protein powder itself. They just ate it. And they're like, they're swole right now. This Vekatin, too, is a champ squared. I don't know what the Finnish, like, highest honors is, but give it to this guy. Give it to this bro. He deserves it. Zoom in, check this guy out. Yeah, look at these guys just waiting. We're going to eat you alive if you come around this corner. So the Artie building up here for Mimile. He's finally reloading this 203. Let's see where it will be going to the one of those. Yeah, I understand killing these things off because they have been bad. These IG-18s. Oh, they see the Kevo S. BF-109 can just float here and probably waste ammo for the entire game for these 20 mils. You can blow a Hobo Tango and try. Gonna fly that C-205 closer to the Vekatin. Gonna be able to force that off. Fusilier here. Oh, it killed our legendary Vekatin. Oh no, Vekatin! Dang snipers. I agree with this. Go for it. IL-4. Eviscerate this thing. He killed our beautiful Vekatin. Iskarifma should win this. Oh no, he missed with his giganto bombs. Rukma winning this fight. Gebirgsjager Strife, no chance here with the Swomies firing into yellow cover. They should be able to clean these up quite easily, actually. Uh-oh, Artie leader getting caught out here. This would be a big loss. That's 50 points. That ain't cheap. All right, so Mimile did notice. Still 12-12 with Aaron, a huge lead in points. And I would say a lead on map, honestly. Pretty clearly, actually. The thing is, Mimile has a lot more Artie invested. And Air has a lot more invested into AA and stuff. So, in terms of actual frontline fighting power, I still think Air has the slight advantage here, but not nearly as much as it looks like just zooming out and looking. Especially because, again, Artie in the long game is very valuable. When you have it out as long as Mimile has, you actually do start to get a lot of value out of it. Herr Robert picking up a 13-11 again with the capture of the flag up north. I'm not sure it'll hold for long. Maybe it will, though. A lot of troops coming in. BT-42s continue to do lots of damage. Another Stug 3 in. One of the few remaining Stug 3s. But Mimile has successfully captured this flag back. And there's nothing here that's going to force these guys out. It is possible that Herr Robert's running low on Sturm Pioneers, which are his strongest troop at CQC. The Gebirgsjager for line infantry are definitely more impressive than most. Still not great, though. The Gebirgsstrife, not good at CQC. MP-44s really are not CQC weapons. They're medium-range weapons. These guys with their semi-automatics and the MP-40s do okay. Again, certainly better than your average line unit. They're not being any Iska Rukma or anything, but they can fight, you know, Sextiet somewhat well. Somewhat. BT-42 on the run, putting down some fire on that Stug 3. Artie continues to come down. Gebirgsjager getting spotted by the BT-42. Though this is the fight they want to have with the Ostrowno. They don't want to fight with the support over here. 20 mil better move, or it's going to be dying to Artie very soon. Strife goes down. Another 20 mil dead. I don't know how many have died. Again, Herr Robert has 13 AA pieces in his deck. That's not infinity, honestly. It sounds like a lot, and usually, yes, it is. But if Mimile can really keep the screws onto his AA, he might be able to clear it out, like, to a point. Basically, because they're all 20 mils, you only need to clear it out to a point where the 20 mils can't stop a plane anymore, right? So if you get it down to 3 or 4 20 mils covering the entire line, that's not going to stop anything. We can see right here, like, how 3 of them can't get this BF-109 out of the sky. But this C-205 will. Oh, that was the wrong choice by Mimile there. And down it goes. Air finally picking up that recon plane he's wanted dead. He might lose his C-205 for it, though. It's Veltro. Oh, no. Big mistake by Herr Robert there. Not noticing his plane still flying, and down it goes. And now here comes recon and a Blenheim. The dinky gauntlet. JU-87 coming in for a balls run here. He don't care. C-205 going to take another plane. Will it take the Blenheim as well? No, it looks like it's going to pull off. Herr Robert not wanting to risk his second Veltro here. 20 mils should be able to shoot down this gauntlet. Yep, just fine. Down it goes. Pianiti gets into the woods, though. Mimile with its C-phase card of Pianiti, meaning he's got lots of CQC to go. As Sextietten and Prikatalainen and Pianiti push into this open area, there's not really enough here to stop those. 2 Fusiliers way back. I'm really surprised that Mimile didn't try to reposition this Lati like to this position here. First off, he could kill this Bredagun. Secondly, he could easily kill any reinforcements coming in here. Then this Lati could be a very big player, but right now Mimile's just left it in this irrelevant position. Kind of unfortunate after he obviously made some effort to make that nice play. Herr Robert actually was able to force his way back into this flag. Very impressive. And he was able to push off the Iskandar here for this one. And this is where he wants to fight these guys at a range that he can use his MG42. And these guys still get to fire their Swamis, which obviously sucks, but it's better than, you know, not being able to use your own MG42, which is one of your strongest weapons here on this unit. Then again, maybe the MP40 is better. Pianiti get a grenade off on the PAC-40. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Already coming down the 20 mils, and looks like Herr Robert did move them a little based on where those 2 first shots landed. The blob of infantry pushing in. The leader is still alive, I think, unless there was 2 leaders, and there might have been 2 leaders. Might have lost at least one of them. One of the final Sturm Pioneers getting into it with the Sextietten here, and they should win, I would hope. That's how it should work, at least. Yep, down they go pretty easily. These BT-42, an absolute thorn in Herr Robert's side. That's another, again, big weakness of 5th Gebirgsjager. You don't have any 2K AT for real. And you have very limited 2K HE with that LG-42. Although maybe you have a Stug M42 too, so that might not be true. So he does a cluster strike to pin down those infantry so he could go in and get past the Sextietten to get back in. So heads up play there by Herr Robert. He doesn't really have any more targets for his HS-129, so he might as well use it this way to pin some troops down to successfully get reinforcements. Although he should be unloading right now. Like, he's bunching them all up in the exact same place, which means they're all going to take suppression. They do get in time to stop the Sextietten from unpinning. Whoa. What? Wait, this shouldn't have been able to fire, so why did this die? What killed that? Something about that was really weird. I'm not sure that occurred the way it was supposed to occur. But Mimile getting back in here, pinning the Gebirgsjager and sending some troops into his own, but there is an IG-18, a sniper, well, there was 2 snipers, now there's 1. But this should still be plenty to stop these 2 Sextietten. BT-42 doing some indirect fire here on the Gebirgsjager here. As a lot of the forest was cleared up, but these two Fusiliers just chilling out here. I'm not sure what Herr Roberts' plan is at the moment with this blob. Blenheim takes a big hit. Veltro going in deep. Gebirgsjager goes down to, I assume, some artillery. The BT-40... What killed that? I think the BT... Oh, no, the Blenheim. The Blenheim. But he loses a Blenheim for it. I don't know if that was worth it. Although Herr Robert probably running out of Fusiliers. He's called it a lot. We've seen a lot of Fusiliers. Now already coming down continuously on this sphere here. One thing I'm kind of surprised not to see out of Herr Robert is a commander. He's got a lot of leaders. I mean, Ostrowno is a tough map for a commander because it's very spread out. But the truth is you don't need a command leader down here. So you probably put it like on the... Maybe on the backside of this hill like this. Like somewhere in here maybe. It's tough. It's tough to find a safe spot. Oh, right there. Right there to be safe. You put them right here. That pumps up your 20 mils. Then they can reach the leader in this forest. And then they can connect to a leader over here who can then kind of do that. You know, the leader connection. Mimile finally getting a 13-11 here. Once again, his arty's doing the work. I told you this would be... That might be the determining factor of this game, is just the amount of artillery that Mimile has versus the complete lack of it on Herr Robert's side. Herr Robert does have arty, but at this point, even calling... He has 2 big pieces and 1 more SK-18. The problem is, the amount of arty that Mimile has, which is not huge, but it's enough, can probably just counter battery it down before it really has an effect. And the thing is, calling that in would require 2 ticks of income. Sorry, I had to think about the math. 2 ticks of income, which is a long time to not call in any units. That's a long time to not have a single unit coming in. Especially because this is a very tight game right now. Mimile is pushed into the center spot. Herr Robert moving one of his precious final Shug 3s into support. But the efficiency of the Finnish infantry is starting to really show. There's just still a lot coming in. Those 15-point Prikatalainen doing what they do. Being a meat shield and being dirt cheap while doing it. Still, we have 12 minutes left of this exciting match. Air still seems to be in a commanding position, but Mimile now at 13-11. And things can crack at any time. Now see a BF-109 in for Herr Robert. I mean, Mimile hasn't called in that much AA, but there is a Vekit in here. And it's not going to stop it, but it still might kill it. Bombing strike does kill out the Prikatalainen, but that's not exactly a high priority target, especially if the BF-109 dies. That would be absolutely devastating. But it will get away, and it's not even smoking, so it should be able to come in a relatively short amount of time. Here comes the DB3F, which is, again, it's just an IL-4. Let's watch this baby come in. Cool looking plane. The design of it is cool. So we see Air like basically giving up this forest completely. Kind of surprising, honestly. Will the Veltro get on it? Ooh, the IL-4 decides to retreat. The Vekit's still alive, though. Could save the day here. Actually kind of needs to. Otherwise, this is going down, I think. Oh, yeah, it's going. Down it goes. Big loss there from Mimile. I mean, he doesn't really have the points to replace planes like that. So now his whole, like, arty all the AA thing is becoming not even that useful. Because even if he does, then he has to spend 2 ticks of income to even call in more bombers and planes. He has no more Ju-87s. I think all the Blenheims have died, too. There's 4 of those, so maybe there's 1 left. He's already lost at least 1 IL-4 we just saw. I can't remember if another has died. That arty, though, is still going to town. Herr Robert had 86 infantry, so he should still have a pile of Gebirgsjagers to work with. And, of course, Mimile with 120 infantry. I think even with how cheap they are, he probably still has a ways to go. We're now at the 40-minute mark, though. Mimile on a 13-11. I think with 10 minutes of this... well, okay, so let's look here. in order to get halfway through this, you need 12 minutes, and this is half. So, nah, Mimile down to 14-10. I think he needs a 15-9 for some amount of time to win this game. Sextiet go down. Already coming all over this tree line. That is key to supporting this defense here with this Gebirgsjager. MG42 is able to get involved again. Already just crushing this woods. Although, Herr Robert making a successful push back into this woods here. Back to a 12-12. This is devastating for Mimile. He needs every second of income that he, ticking that he can get. Sextiet go down. And the flag flips back, and Herr Robert actually is a 13-11 here. I'm still not a big fan of this map. It's just like so hard to get a 15-9, which I guess for me I actually should like. But it's just like the reinforcement roads are really dumb. It's really hard to capture flags. I guess at least like both sides have kind of a hard time, although I definitely think red has it a bit easier. They have these stupid flags down here that are like connected to nothing at all. But then they have this nice like forest that they can get into pretty easily and push on this flag. And once you get that, then like oof for the blue side. You know, it really sucks. And blue, getting this flag means you got to cross this entire open ground. I don't know. I have not played this map enough to have like a hatred of a side. I'm sure if I did, I would. You know me. I like things being fair, so anytime I feel like things aren't fair, I get angry. And I know I'm playing an asymmetrical game where divisions are different and everything, but that's not unfair. That's just either bad luck if you're in the queue or bad choice if you're in league. But the side of the map you end up on is completely random. It has nothing to do with your skill. Veltro going to get a nice run in the Pack 40. Now the BF-19 coming in for it as well. Oh, and it survives this 3-plane onslaught. Nope, just kidding. Here's a 4th plane. Oh, no. Herr Robert. Not... What is he doing? Big mistake there. Might lose his BF-19 for this. The second one maybe instead now. You can't fly straight over Veketins. They are dangerous. Especially this is a 2-star. This is not even like a dinky one. This is not a dinky one, no-star one. This is a 2-star Veketin. Wow, still gets out. Gebirgsjager able to beat the Sextiet because, again, these just aren't that good outside of being fanatical. They don't really put out that much damage or suppression. Herr Robert, though, successfully making a push, and we see 2 SPWs. Kind of nuts that there's still some of these around, actually. Usually these are gone by the end of A phase. Another BT-42 on the hill. I have to imagine Mimile's running out of those. I mean, he had 9, but we've seen a lot of them. Pianiti and the Sextiet get into this... Oh, just kidding. Now just the Sextiet gets into this flag again. Mimile grabbing back the 13-11, but he does not have enough time on a single tick right now with the situation going on. Pianiti get a grenade off. Gebirgsjager going to go down here. Ouch. Oh, no. They actually somewhat dodged the grenade. Pianiti do have an AT satchel, though. They're going to get in range. Oh, he just got out in time. And now the SBW should be able to absolutely chew up this Pianiti. Oh my. Goodbye. We barely knew ye. Mimile did recapture this flag, but it is a tenuous cap. But Herr Robert is depleted here, to be sure. Actually about to lose this flag here from this nice little push here from Mimile, driving some troops down to get into this flag. I mean, Mimile is trying like heck. I'll give him that. I know Mimile watches these, so please, Mimile, explain how the whole pick band... You don't have to list all the bands or anything, but, like, explain how you guys ended up on these 2 completely non-appropriate divisions for this map. Like, I just don't think these are, like... Unless I'm misreading this map completely, and it's like, this is secretly a super CQC map, which... I'm sorry, I don't see it. I'm kind of missing... I'm missing it a little bit. Blenheim coming in deep again. Mimile not giving a rip about sacrificing his plane. Might actually get away somehow still. Can the Veltros get back around on it? Doesn't look like it. Wow. He was not even punished for that. 14-10 from Mimile. A double tick might do it. He needs a double tick immediately, and he might be able to get there. BF-109 coming in for the bombing strike. Does hit hard and kills off the Iskarukma here. Full kill there. Back to a 12-12. That is not what Mimile needed at all. BF-109 going for the straight shot on that Vekatin. Gonna be punished for it, and it should be killed here. Unless it changes targets. Down it goes. There are only 2 of BF-109, so there's only 1 left now. That was ballsy from Herr Roberts, to say the least. A bit of an underestimation of the Vekatin, especially at 2 stars. Kind of surprised Mimile hasn't considered tossing an arty leader here to make these arty pieces a little bit more accurate. I feel like in this long game it might have paid off. Especially for how much Mimile is using his arty. Surprised that the SPW... The SPW is exposed, but not exposed. I'm not even... Does he know the 45 is there? That's possible, I guess. SPW going to get on that Pianiti, though. And down it goes. Oof. Yeah, oof. He's very dead. Very, very dead. Although the 45 mil might kill off the 2 SPWs now. It does get a hit on 1 already. Air is watching, but he's going to lose at least 1. Oh, no, it missed. Oh. Rage, rage, rage. That's me if I'm Mimile at that miss. This SPW just cannot seem to finish this Pianiti off. Fallback too strong. The strongest power in the whole game. Fallback. Can't touch this. Oh, now he's dead. Well, hopping back up north here. Fusilier should beat the Sextian, unless it can never reload again because it's so weak. Oh my god, this is like the slowest reload I've ever watched. Oh, he's shooting at the Lati. Oh, that's awkward. That is unfortunate there for Herr Robert. Double IG-18 in. This double card of these IG-18s doing the work. Gebirgsjager goes down hard. Herr Robert holding on to that 12-12. 2 minutes left. I think Mimile's fate is sealed. Now we see a Spaviero in all of a sudden, and that's just going to pull. It's not like Herr Robert acts like he doesn't know there's a Vekatin here. He's been here the entire game. Or like at least the last 20 minutes of this game. Instead of buying a Spaviero, which is 115 points, just wait a little longer, just buy an arty piece and try to kill the Vekatin instead. If anything, that at least absorbs Mimile's arty for a little bit. BF-109 does get in again, hits the Pianiti. SPW moving up, but the 45 mil is still there. And finally, the SPW goes down. Spaviero coming in again. I don't know if this is another one or the same one that floated back around. I think it's gonna. The Pianiti is gonna survive, though. Yes, it will. Mimile on a 13-11, but that's not nearly enough. He's now making a wild push in the center. There's an SPW hiding around the corner, though. Oof. Along with 2 IG-18s, the Ford goes down, killing all men inside. Mimile's little central push here coming far too late. Although I don't think it would have succeeded. There's Stug 3 still chilling here on this hill. And all these troops just getting eaten up. Vekatin finally goes down. Almighty Vekatin. SPW going to go down to the 45 mil, but there's still another one. Air Robbery kept these alive an incredibly long amount of time. Again, they're usually all dead at the end of A phase. Vekatin going to clear out some infantry here. Been loving these things, but the Gebirgsstrife are actually very good at long range, so they do finally finish that off. Surprised Herr Robert has any of these Gebirgsstrife left. I mean, he had 18 of them, but they go pretty quick, honestly. And since they're like your long range along with your sniper, you use them a lot. But there it goes. 49 minutes, 58 seconds. Herr Robert taking game 1 here in the Steel Division 2 Division 1 match against Mimile. 4,805 to 4,180. Congratulations. Him beating Mimile at any point is quite the accomplishment. Commiserations there to Mimile. Tough game for him. Again, though, weird division choices. I just don't fully understand. Maybe they made a gentleman's agreement. We're both playing CQC infantry divisions on Ostrowno. I don't know. Maybe they picked divisions and then randomly picked a map, which is not how it's supposed to work. But hey, what do I know? Look at that 203. Value there. Getting the value. Oh, he did call both 105s in. They both died. Getting the value. Oh, wow. This 155 too. Yeah, it's not like they didn't do work. That certainly wasn't an issue. I think Mimile was a little overly aggressive with his planes. That's for sure. Some really just like absurdly optimistic airstrikes. Definitely burned several of his points. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thank you to all my current and past Patreons. It really means a lot, and you help keep the channel going. Thanks a bunch, guys, and have a fantastic day.